Hey there everybody, Gideon's Tactical here doing a knife review for you. I believe I'm just going to do one review for this particular knife. This is the Byrd Raven by Spyderco. This is discontinued as of 2012, but very accessible online. You can find them for right around 25 to 30 bucks, possibly even a little cheaper. And I believe that they're going to be around for a couple years at least. On most websites you go to, they're not going to be difficult to find. I know as years go on, these will be difficult and harder to find, but for the moment, these are still accessible, even though Byrd is not producing them anymore. Quick specs for you. I'm just going to kind of knock this out because it's been knocked around, beat up, and trashed. The overall specs for you are 7.8 inches total length. Handle length is 4.3. Blade length, 3.5. Weight is 4.3 ounces. So kind of a little beefy guy here. This, in my opinion, is just a kick the crap out of knife. Just kick the crap out of it, beat on it, thrash it, and who cares? Particularly for the price point. I mean, you can probably purchase two of these for the price of one Tenacious, maybe 1.5 Tenacious, and you can just beat the crap out of it. And you're not worried about it, you're not sad, oh man, I'm kicking out crap out of my expensive knife because of the price. But the thing is that you're getting the same quality control that Spyderco uses on their high-end, $100 knives. And that's what's nice. This is made out of Chinese 8CR13 MOV, made in China. But that's a great budget steel. And overall, the overall looks as well as durability of this knife have stood up. You can see this is about a 3-year-old knife. Definitely seen some wear and tear, but it's held up really well. So let's just kind of talk about it here. 3.5-inch blade, leaf design like we know from Spyderco. Byrd is a sub-company owned by Spyderco, so basically they take models of Spyderco and then they just make them in a cheaper format for those of you who either just don't have the money or you're looking for kind of a knife to beat on and kick the crap out of. The cutting edge is 2.9 inches, so from my thumb to the tip is 2.9. The total length to the handle is 3.5. So just think about that. We got a hollow grind here. We got good serrations. You can also get this in plain. Kind of got a swedge here on the back. Delicate tip. I like that. You can definitely do a little bit of delicate work. Overall, good, strong blade. And again, I've just beat the heck out of it. It's been used and abused for several years. And it's just good for thrashing on. And that as 8CR13 MOV steel, is just a great budget steel. It's a good quality from Byrd. It's not a subpar steel in the sense that they do good Rockwell hardness and heat treatment and all that other stuff. So that's great. Deployment is their beak hole right here. It looks just like a Spyderco hole. Very similar in size. They just kind of for copyright issues make that beak in there. It looks like a bird beak. So you flick that out, boom, whips right out. No problems. We got nylon bushings on either side, but still nice smooth deployment. Reminds me of my much more expensive Spydercos. Nice and fast. Catches your thumb. I mean, I can get almost my whole thumb in through that hole. So you can whip it right out. Lockup is a liner lock. Hits dead center. Doesn't ever jam, go over to the left too far or whatever. Just locks up perfectly. No complaints there with the liner lock. Does a great job. Lockup is good. No wiggle up and down, slight left to right, but you can just fix that with that little torsion screw right there. No blade play up and down, just slight left and right, and that's how you get that good wrist flick. So that's a lockup. Ergonomics is great, fantastic. For the price you're paying, look at that jimping thumb ramp, finger choil, jimping all over the place. And so I can either choke up, do my detail work, nice thin carving, food prep, things like that. Or I can kind of back up here, still got good grip, another finger choil back here for my index finger, and I can pierce, slash, and do kind of more aggressive use with this knife. So the lockup is fantastic. That's how, and again, this is like a $25 knife. So you can definitely do these things with a $25 to $30 knife that I wish some of the other companies on the market would do. They just, for whatever reason, will not. But you can produce a good quality item that's going to stand the test of time, get thrashed for 3 years, and give you jimping and thumb ramps and finger choils and all those type of things and good lockup. It is very possible to do. And Byrd does a great job of that with the help of Spyderco guiding them by the hand, I'm sure. But handle construction is aluminum scales with a little bit of grooving in there. Pretty poor on the grip. Where you're going to get your traction is right here and right here on these finger choils and thumb ramp. You're not going to get much. I mean, it's better than, like, say, a Kershaw Leak or something with just a flat aluminum steel chunk right there. But this is, I mean, it's better than that, but not by much. Very minimal traction, and it has been scuffed. That's scuffed through the black paint and things like that. So, and no, this is pillar construction, which is impressive. You can see all the way through there. Pillar construction without any back spaces. That's nice. But the steel scales are not milled out, and that's where you get your 4.3 ounces, which isn't terrible for such a large knife, almost an 8-inch knife. Not bad. I would have liked to see it a little lighter, but you know, you can't have everything for around $30. So finally the pocket clip, average, just like Spyderco produces. You know, good retention there. It's not going to tear up your pocket because of the aluminum. Good strength. It's tip up, tip down, only on the right-hand side, nothing on the left. Lanyard hole. Rides relatively high when it's tip up, and when it's tip down, it rides even higher. It's pretty ridiculous. I would like to see those up a little bit more, but again, you can't have everything for the price point. This is definitely a large knife. Here's my paramilitary. Almost, the paramilitary is a little longer, but it's very similar in size to a paramilitary. The paramilitary handle is a little longer, but aside from that, very similar in width and in thickness. And again, I mean, this is like a $100 knife, $25, $30 knife right here. So, collectability? No way. Not even going to happen. Even though this is discontinued, I don't think this is ever going to be collectible. This is just a beater knife. The purpose, the POU of this knife is either large EDC, tactical, because of the finger choils and grooving. You're not going to lose it, you know, and accidentally ride up or anything like that. So you definitely could use this as a tactical blade if you wanted to, and just beater knife. Great for guys on the job site. You know, maybe you're a maintenance man, or you just like having a backup knife that you can just thrash, and you're not worried about, you know, breaking a really good high-end knife. And, you know, you could buy a couple of them, you know, throw them in a couple different packs, carry them on you if you go through knives pretty regularly. Pick up a couple of these, you won't be disappointed. So, again, this is the Byrd Raven, now discontinued, subsidy of Spyderco, but still pretty accessible on the interweb. So, thanks, guys, for watching. Stay equipped, stay prepared, and I'll see you out there.